What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the AI Marketing Navigator. This is your daily compass in the ever-evolving world of AI marketing. Okay, so today we are doing another awesome AI tool highlight. I found this AI tool in an edition of The Rundown, which is a daily AI newsletter created by Rowan Chang. Definitely check it out. I will link to it in the show notes. This tool is a prospecting tool powered by Google Sheets, and it actually works right within Google Sheets as an integration, and it's called Cohesive AI. So it's a little different than some of the tools we've tested because, again, it works as an integration right within the Google Workspace along with Sheets as an extension, which is pretty awesome. A little bit about the tool, the little bit that I was able to find anyway. It was created just recently this month in July of 2024, and it was put up on Product Hunt and jumped right to the number 2 product on Product Hunt, I believe it was. It was apparently created or co-founded by Kevin Zhang. Apologies again if I mispronounced the name there. And if you go to the Google Workspace marketplace, you will be able to see an overview of the tool. And I will just describe it right from the Workspace marketplace here. It says that Cohesive allows you to enrich your spreadsheet data with AI using web scraping and email validation. It says you can analyze spreadsheet data, do things like company research or competitor research, and generate personalizations as well. And all of that at scale within Google Sheets. And again, this is really the main reason I wanted to cover this tool today. It is pretty sales centric, I will admit, being a prospecting tool. But I think that if you guys are like me out there listening to the show, you are likely not only a marketer for your business, but also a salesperson, and you do some prospecting, which is definitely a time-consuming task. So anything we can do to build any sort of AI optimization into that workflow, we are definitely going to do. So the fact that it works right within Google Sheets, which I, as a marketer, and I'm sure you as a marketer are most likely quite familiar with, it's what I use for my prospecting and general outreach. And if we can have a tool that's going to play along with one that we regularly use, we're definitely going to try it out. Okay, on to some of the key features for the tool. And again, these are listed right here on the marketplace page. Definitely check it out. I'll link it in the show notes. One is that it can search the web, perform web searches, both visiting websites and LinkedIn pages, scraping them automatically. Apparently, it would be leveraging the ChatGPT model for the AI power that's going on within the tool, within the Google Sheets extension. It uses Zero Bounce as well, an integration with a tool called Zero Bounce, which is a very popular and very effective email validation platform. And it uses that integration to validate existing emails that you might scrape. One main feature I think the most awesome feature is that they do have a free tier that will be available permanently and forever, as they say. And finally, it sounds like you can customize some settings to control the outputs that you're going to get from the AI, according to the last feature listing here. In addition to all that, it looks like they have a little side tool, and maybe it's a good lead generator for them, I'll bet, which is the Google Maps scraper. And apparently, it appears to allow you to kind of scrape Google Maps data in a region or a location and find business owner information there. So we're definitely going to have to test that one out too. Let's just go ahead and hop over into the spreadsheet. Okay, so we are looking at a copy actually of a template for multiple spreadsheets provided by Cohesive. I will link to the template in the show notes. Of course, it gives us on the first tab a little bit of an introduction on how to get started. For those not watching on video, it basically gives us 3 quick steps to make a copy of the spreadsheet, find the appropriate tab that most closely matches your desired use case. There's some tabs along the bottom here. The first one is just a placeholder for templates and tells you that there are templates running along the bottom next to it. One is a search for owner. One is to search for LinkedIn profiles. One is to validate emails. One is to find to do a closest person lookup at a company. I believe that's to find the closest connection that you have at a specific company. And then the other is to do company research, or competitor research is how I would use that in my marketing. It says here that you can also find some more specific instructions in their Notion guide. I have linked to that in the show notes as well. There's a Slack community, of course, that you could join. And then they also do some fully managed services that you can pay for and reach out to them for if you're looking for some direct help from the creators of the tool here. In the templates tab, I've just grabbed a few URLs that I want to use for testing out our tool quickly. One is Marketing Made Simple. I am a huge fan of the Marketing Made Simple podcast. Shout out to Dr. JJ Peterson and April Sunshine Hawkins. Hopefully someday they hear this episode. That would be amazing. I've got martechpod.com here, which is the website for the Martech podcast. Another podcast that I strongly recommend. All of these will be linked in the show notes. Storybrand, singlegrain.com, NP Digital, some other websites that I just pulled because I'm been recently looking at them, or I listen to the podcasts frequently. In the case of Single Grain and NP Digital, that would be Marketing School with Eric Sue and Neil Patel. Anyway, these URLs are what I'm going to use to populate our templates that they've given us here. The first template is a search for owner. And it just says to get started, insert the company URL in column A, starting with cell A4. And again, they have just some header columns and a little bit filled out for those not watching on video. And that will trigger the additional enrichment for the owner name, the email, and LinkedIn as well to be scraped. So let's go ahead and do that with like NP Digital. Let's go grab NP Digital. I know for a fact the owner name, and I would imagine, and I'm quite sure that Neil Patel is on LinkedIn. So let's go ahead and do that and paste NP Digital into the field here. Okay, so filled in an unknown contact for, to me, Raphael Mayrink. Maybe he is the CEO or something at NP Digital. I was definitely expecting Neil Patel. However, they do have a email that was pulled here, Raphael at NP Digital. Again, if this podcast episode ever goes viral and I just mistakenly shared your email, Raphael, apologies. Let's try a couple more URLs here. And let's also take a look at the LinkedIn profile. Okay, it's a Brazilian LinkedIn profile. I know that NP Digital did expand into Brazil. So for some reason, we pulled the Brazilian profile here and maybe the Brazilian owner, the CEO of NP Digital Brazil. So again, I'm impressed with the capabilities of the tool. Not quite who I was looking for as far as the scrape goes. And I think maybe if you were to dive into the documentations or the directions a little bit, that we would see some different results if we wanted to tailor it some more. So let's try again with Single Grain this time. Why don't we go ahead and just grab all of our URLs for testing purposes and throw them into these templates. Okay, awesome. Marketing Made Simple. I'm not entirely sure if I can verify if Mitch Medor is the owner. I know Benjamin Shapiro is the owner at Martech Pod, not the political Benjamin Shapiro. He mentions it pretty frequently on the show. Donald Miller, yes, I know that he would be the owner I expected to be pulled of storybrand.com. And then Eric Sue is the owner of Single Grain. So that's all good. We did not get emails on Mitch, Benjamin, or Donald, but we did pull an email for Eric, which apparently is valid according to the email validation tool we're using. And we also have what appear to be the correct LinkedIn profile. So I'm really loving this tool so far, to be honest. I should also mention that at the top of each template here, or template, let me know how you guys say that in the comments. Template or template. I'm going to say it a million times in this podcast, and it's already lost all meaning to me. But anyway, it does tell you in each template how much it costs as far as credits. One for like enrichment credit in this instant, and two for research credits in this instant. So I'm sure that they also have some information in their documentation, cohesive that is, as to the difference between enrichment and credit and research credit. But we're going to keep pushing on through our demo here and keep burning credits for what it's worth. I should probably check how many credits I actually have by default, but we're just gonna push through and hope for the best. Okay, we already found LinkedIn profiles, so that's cool. I'm gonna switch that one. We did some email validation. Let's try like company research. Let's see what it pulls for each company. If we get the LinkedIn company page, the description of the product and services, and some maybe differentiation. This template, it says, does consume 5 research credits. So again, let's be warned. And I would imagine I get flagged if I need more credits. We'll see what happens. I'll let you know tomorrow if I'm just been billed way too much for credits and be kicking myself then, no doubt. So let's go ahead and grab all our URLs. So I would imagine that this is going to take 25 credits. So let's do it. Okay, I am definitely loving this tool. I'm going to do a quick dive into the pricing again after we go over these results, but we did pull company names. It looks like we pulled correct LinkedIn profiles as far as I can tell for the companies. Actually, it looks like a couple of the companies would need verifying. So definitely trust the results, but verify in the case of the company LinkedIn's. I know that in the directions, it did say there was some more detailed prompting or filtering that could be done in the case of the LinkedIn scraping. So I'm sure that would help as well. But it did pull the StoryBrand page, the Single Grain page, as well as the NP Digital page. For the description of product and services, we got some for StoryBrand as well as Single Grain. We did not get any for the other three. In the product says here, or excuse me, the field in the spreadsheet says the website does not provide information about the products or services or a clear description. And I imagine that would not be true for instance NP Digital, but the scrape was unable to find it. Maybe they don't have a services page exactly. But StoryBrand, it looks like it did pull a description, and Single Grain as well. Single Grain is a full service digital market agency. The same goes for notable differentiation. And this is something that I think you can use in your sales calls and your outreach that differentiates the company, obviously. For Single Grain, for instance, it said Single Grain positions itself as a full service digital market agency that helps great companies, let me expand the fields here, grow their revenues online. For StoryBrand, it says the company positions itself as a leader in helping businesses clarify their message and implement the StoryBrand framework. So definitely a little bit more detailed about each company, kind of a little bit repetitive off of the products and services. And then in the last column, we have some recent news and rewards. And it did pull some recent stuff for Single Grain. Single Grain welcomes a new CEO, Alex Flores, as well as NP Digital. Got some news here about recently accelerating some strategic growth. I would imagine this is being pulled from the recent publishings or recent articles on the website. So again, I like this tool. I really like the features of it. Let's try the Google Map scraper here really quick. And before we do that, if you were to go up into extensions, you'll find the Cohesive AI that you have added via the marketplace. You'll have to enable it for each spreadsheet that you want to use it on. They also give you a couple tools that are really helpful. One is a formula generator. You can basically, it's a chat feature that you can go back and forth with, and it will tell you the formula to enter in for any specific situation. I did test it out a little bit, and I was able to get a formula for like LinkedIn profile URL. It required a company URL and a owner name in order to give me that framework. So it also has a little quick start guide, and this is where I found the template and where I will definitely share the template link from for you guys to copy and use yourself. It also gives you a couple really fast, quick and easy to use formulas that you can copy and paste on some URLs if you just want to do some quick and dirty prospecting work and you don't have a giant spreadsheet that you necessarily want to integrate this into. So definitely take a look at the quick start guide under extensions and Cohesive AI. And let's open up the map scraper really quickly and give this a quick test run. I have not tested it before, so I will see along with you guys here how it works. It looks like it gives you a series or a list of queries. We have not made any queries yet, so we're going to create a new query. It asks for a query. For example, it gives you cleaning services in New York, and then it asks you to name the tab for the result. So I'm just going to cut ahead real quick once I come up with my query here. One moment. Okay, so I am going to search for digital marketing agencies in Rochester, Michigan. And this tab is going to be like my white label outreach tab, or outreach that I'm going to maybe do to these agencies to potentially have them white label some web design or web development services. So let's go ahead and submit that and see what it scrapes for. And we have our query added to the list, and it says it is running. So I will cut here, and once it is processing, I imagine we'll have our new tab and we can check out what it looks like. One moment, and we'll be back when it's done running. Actually, while that's running, in the meantime, let's hop over to the Cohesive site and we will take a look at their pricing. Okay, that's right. So for free, you get up to 250 research credits. So the credits are listed, 250 research credits up to 20 enrichment credits. So again, those credits are listed at the top of the template that you copy. So definitely pay attention to what you're using there. I don't think I hit above 20 or 250 research or enrichment credits. If I did, it looks like I'll be billed for $25 per month, which is the growth plan, and you're up to 5,000 research credits and 500 enrichment credits. Not bad for the feature, if you ask me. Super convenient to have it right in your spreadsheet. And I think the results are, from what I've seen, 80 to 90% trustworthy, which is not bad for a cold prospecting tool, I don't think, anyway. And then you have a dedicated service that you can pay for as well, which is going to be a custom price, I'm imagining, to spend it depending on your scale. Let's hop back over, and it is still running. Oh, and perfect timing. It just completed. Amazing. Okay. Let's take a look and see what the tab looks like. We do, in fact, have our white label outreach tab down here. Wow. You guys, I have to go through and definitely check out each of these. But if they're 80 to 90% accurate, it's amazing. Okay, so for those of you not watching on video, I just got results in this list. They have addresses, business names, business URLs, the industry each of them are in. The business rating out of 5 appears to be the highest. I would imagine that's being scraped from the Google rating. Business reviews, how many they have, their phone number, their Google Maps URL. Okay, so let me double check the pricing on this as well. Just a second, guys. It's free. The Google Maps scraper is free. This is huge. Again, this is a marketing podcast. This is a sales tool for sure. But for all you solo marketers out there, you're wearing multiple hats just like me. This AI tool, it's pretty mind-blowing, and I'm definitely going to follow up as far as the effectiveness to the outreach. This just did something that takes me hours a week in very little time and much more effectively. So super excited to be able to show this one to you guys today. Okay, so that does it for the episode. If you enjoyed the show or you found it useful in any way, please do me a favor and follow on Spotify or subscribe on your podcast platform of choice. A review on top of that would be even more helpful and so super impactful for the show. So until next time, and as always, thank you for joining me, and remember to stay curious, stay consistent, and keep navigating forward.